Welcome back. I will now try to investigate what the problem is with these requests. Apparently there are 200 space science being requested at any moment. Maybe I need to look at the requests from the hub. Maybe the hub is not requesting enough. Or the landing pad. It's only requesting 200, which is definitely not enough sometimes. So if the spaceship comes back, I guess I could follow its flight. The flight doesn't take that long. I hope nothing bad happened while I was away. Let's see how much space science gets thrown down. Let's see how much space science arrives. Over 1000. That's quite good. And the ship is already flying away again. Might even ask for more Glaber science just now. Not sure if it's really necessary. I'll have to check the biolabs. Currently the bottleneck seems to be space science. Also, this research is quite done. I might also just switch to something that doesn't need space science, then I can actually use up the science packs that are in here. And maybe I will increase these requests, just so I have more buffer. Even if the requests can't always be fulfilled. But at least, if they can be fulfilled, there will be more for a certain time. Maybe I need to say trash unrequested. Probably 20 is not enough. And the problem is also that I need to copy over the trash unrequested to everywhere. Okay, now the agricultural science packs that spoil in the requester chest will just be taken away. Might do mining productivity in the meantime. I wonder how much science per minute I can do now with the additional speed that I added at some point. And also, what is my power situation? I wonder if I might want to maybe cut the power to this whole thing whenever it's not needed. I just have to find out what that means. When it is not needed and or when the power is too low in my whole system. I guess I might for now just add a power condition. Maybe also here. Some of these setups probably do take up quite a lot of power. Especially if they have a lot of speed beacons. Like here, for instance. Might also add some efficiency in between. I don't seem to have an accumulator with me. Okay, all of this will be turned off whenever the accumulators are below 50%. Want to see how much that did. All of that, is it all of that purple stuff? Probably not. Maybe. I mean, I still have some foundries somewhere else, but this is probably the bulk of the foundries. And I don't know what it does to the beacons. Mainly concerned with the beacons when it comes to power cutting. But also the beacons don't take as much, but the foundries take quite a lot, but they are also... They also don't have that much of a minimum consumption, so when they are not doing anything, they don't draw that much power. It's fun to see this without alt mode. Just seeing which of the foundries does something at which point. Sometimes only for a few frames. So there are 257 rare productivity modules. I might just use some of them. I guess I'm out of them now. Or at least right here where I am. I can still order these modules to be replaced. This all looks very neat and tidy. I don't know if I will build anything there anytime soon. There might be a coal mine there at some point. Where's my other coal mine? Am I using this one? Probably. I don't know how often these trains are going somewhere. Probably they would be going to the plastic factory. And right now I'm out of petroleum. That's quite sad. I guess that might lead to problems at some point. Why is that petroleum not going over there? I guess I should make a connection, or yeah, I can do that remotely, of course. Probably I did just connect it to the solid fuel production, but that is not connected to the plastic. So for how long did I not have plastic? For all of 33 minutes or 34 minutes? And now I have plastic again. I might even use better chemical plants here. Maybe I will just go there and do something, if I find it again. Right here. Oh yeah, I think I want to have accumulators with me at all times. The rare ones. Just so I can set up these power saving things. Okay, I guess I'm out of the Roboport range there. That's not helpful. Yes, let's take this, build it there. And then a power switch. I might even turn this off whenever there's enough plastic. Although I also need to count that up there. I will have to get a decider combinator. Sadly, that's not far enough. So there are 2,700 plastic on that belt. I guess I could have 2,000 as a green condition. And then also a red condition. Not sure yet what kind of operator I need to use. I guess I have to think about that. Don't even have a lamp production, probably, if that's called lamp. Maybe I need to produce lamps at some point. And then I could make fancy displays. There are even now full RGB colors available on lamps. That might be interesting in terms of flags. I guess that's the correct condition there. Okay, this needs to be moved slightly. Okay, there needs to be accumulator signal greater than 50. So if that is greater than 2000, or I guess smaller than 2000, maybe I have to combine something to make sure that it does something. So I will have the accumulator thing twice. So if that is below 2000 and the accumulator charge is high enough, is the accumulator charge not high enough? Apparently not. Why would that be? I guess it's sort of going down generally. Understandable. And then, yeah, if that is too small, I guess that's good for now. I'll still use some efficiency modules here. So what is my power issue? I wonder whether it's a good idea to have the accumulator in the reach of the substation that also has the steam turbines. Guess I will move it slightly. Which will connect it so that all of the steam turbines will turn on. Might have to do the same here. I wonder what the problem is there. I don't seem to have any uranium things. That's a problem. I need to immediately save the game and do something about that. There's no iron plates available. I think I know where to do something about that, potentially. There are iron plates. Let's just turn some of these chests into passive provider chests. And now they will be picked up and the uranium fuel cells will be built, hopefully. And I hope the steam doesn't run out before that happens. Luckily I have a lot of storage, so that's quite helpful. Maybe I didn't have to add all these chests. I don't even know if this copper belt is still a thing. But I will definitely add these chests so that the robots can be taken away and recycled. And I should switch to some agricultural science again. Anyway, at some point I would like to fly to Fulgora. I wonder if I should make another spaceship. Might also try just adding more labs to potentially do more research. Not sure why that has to be like this. I might add another rail block. I guess this will be built quite soon. Maybe I don't have enough beacons of that quality, which might be fine. Maybe I need to recycle some beacons. I guess I need more different kinds of recycling setups for biolabs. And this one will have to check the numbers for the normal one. And maybe it will only get normal ones. And now this can start again, I guess. I don't know where the biter exactly spawned. Did it come from that spawner or from an egg? Maybe because these machines didn't run for a long time, the eggs did actually hatch. I might replace some of those uncommon biochambers or biolabs with well, that isn't how that works. I guess I might do that manually. Well, no, not like this. Probably there are no more normal biolabs built around here. Quite a lot of these labs now actually work. My science per minute might go up to 3000, or I don't know. The previous record was about 1500, maybe it's going to 2600 or 700. Maybe there are not too many robots flying around, but they still seem to be fine. And I'm also taking some out of the system sometimes. Wow, that's a lot of robots. Apparently agricultural science has been delivered again. So we need to maybe make use of that. I wonder how much productivity I want to get out of rocket fuel and plastic. I'm probably still not at the maximum usefulness for that. Also, I don't really need to increase my science per minute at the moment. There's not enough iron plates coming through. I might want to actually build a train station here. Not a pickup rail line, but I can easily change this. This will be an iron ore drop. Or an iron plate drop. With 2 as a limit. And it's nice how fast the trains actually arrive. And I will again start throwing random stuff near one of these rail roundabouts. I guess the plastic could go into the red circuit factory. Didn't even remember that I had that kind of quality grinding setup. Still not sure about how I want to deal with quality grinding in the future. Anyway, I will need an offloading station. Might not have that here. Maybe I need to make one. Did I just remove that from here? Maybe I did. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I will just make a copy. The blueprint handling is still not very intuitive. I think that's good. And for now I will just combine that rather randomly, like that. And also, well, that's not the best of ideas. I should have used stack inserters. At the very least for when these things go on a belt. And now that's better. And I guess the same could be said for other places. Like here. I should make an upgrade planner for any kinds of bulk inserter to the uncommon stack inserter. Possibly also here. I might be not carrying enough of them with me. Maybe I can't do that too often at the moment. input priority right, so that only the stacked stuff goes through. I guess the 200 number for the ice is exactly right. Whenever the ice comes onto this belt, it gets removed. I might still add or remove it to like 180, so it's a bit clearer. So now it gets removed when it goes past this point. You can see the ice going off overboard there. I see a way I could introduce one more accumulator. I don't know how much that would help. I just think it might. Now I wonder which kind of science pack might be lacking in the grand scheme of things. And also eventually I want to move everything into its own rail block. I'm also thinking of having maybe a bus for quality grinding and the rail system for science production and science usage. The bus might then eventually lead to a mall. Okay, why is that? That's not good. Did I remove something? I think I might build another one of these power blocks, just to keep myself safely powered. Maybe these power blocks will go further away in the desert where I can't plant anything anyway, I guess. Might also go into planting things. I don't seem to have enough solar panels, but at least enough accumulators. I seem to always run out of copper for some reason. I don't know where the copper is going. Possibly to these machines? Basically producing steam engines, heat exchangers, nuclear reactors. I guess these clouds of bots will always go this way. Maybe I need more places where they can charge. I don't seem to have more advanced robopods. Maybe I should also use this blueprint somehow. Instead of the other one. At least where it fits. Just so that the bots that are bad will be taken out. Sadly, I can't set these filters remotely right now. I might have to build some ingenious circuit system, possibly with a radar and some signal. Or a combinator and a group. Would that work? Maybe that would work. I'm not quite sure. Let me just try that out. Okay, I'll just call that bad construction bots. They will just contain this. And then I will connect this. And I will say set filters. Oh no. What? Oh, I guess it set the filters from the logistic network contents, which it shouldn't do. Okay. How does that happen and why? Only read robot statistics. Okay, now set filters again. Now it does that. And if I now also add this one, then it will also remove the uncommon ones. So that actually works. If I basically make the Roboport not read out the network contents or requests, then I could auto-magically, if I have a similar thing for these logistic bots, let's call that bad logistic bots. I want to actually look at the network, and then we can see all the robots. There are 2000 blue bots in the network, at least logistic bots, and 975 blue construction bots, and still quite a lot of random normal construction bots. Of course, the footprint that a Roboport would take up would be quite much bigger. How does that work? I guess they are connected now. I guess I would have to use different colors. I guess that is how that would work. And if I then copied this everywhere where there is a Roboport, then I could basically take out all the bad robots from the network. But for now, this doesn't really work anyway, so I guess the uncommon robots are still just inserted into the network back there somewhere. Yeah, this is still ordering the bad ones. Might just order some purple ones as well. The new and shiny robots. Is agricultural science now again the bottleneck? I guess some of that is arriving now. I need to look at Glabber and its production. I might also increase the numbers that I'm requesting. So now there's more solar power in favor of or instead of one accumulator. Still wonder whether I could remove that one ammo machine. Don't really want to dare that right now, but I think I have increased the power production a little bit. Just there. It will maybe not do that much, but 5.8 instead of 5.5 is quite good. Luckily these small asteroid chunks don't do any damage. I wonder if there was any damage ever caused in the last moments. Well, I did lose a laser turret somewhere. Not sure where. I will now switch again to a agricultural science research. I think I'm not yet interested in building some kind of quality bus. Not sure where I would do that, if anywhere. Might also be kind of annoying to build. Maybe here on the left. Maybe I will build the final or the actual quality bus once I have arrived on Aquilo and once I can actually research the legendary quality. Probably makes the most sense to switch. I'm also still thinking whether I might add a few mods at some point, like infinite quality, and I would do that before I properly switch to legendary, because the substations have a different increase in their radius or their size. Just one block instead of two in the infinite quality mod. Maybe I should just build a better space science platform. This one is very underbuilt. I might just completely throw everything down, disconnect everything, and basically design a completely new one. Maybe like this for now. And this will basically be to capture some more asteroids. And then I just have to process them. Maybe with foundries. Might also make it that bit broader. Doesn't really matter actually. Don't even know if that was the actual bottleneck, but I have to check that eventually. I will try to collect everything and then I will have to recycle things into other asteroids if they are not the right stuff. Even go a bit further out actually. Okay, I should order some stuff, probably legendary, no, rare foundries. Possibly not that many, 5 would be good for now. Rare asteroid crushers. I'll just order some more asteroid collectors. I will probably need more eventually. Definitely more green belts. And there I have to manually choose Novice. I have a somewhat interesting idea, but I don't know if it would work. Should ask for more of those inserters. I'm not sure if I will need splitters. Maybe I could get away with not using them, but it can't hurt to have them, I guess, if I order them from Novus. I definitely need rare assembling machines. Also some beacons. They will probably just be normal beacons. I don't know. Maybe I need to do quality grinding for beacons properly. Not sure where that was before. There's a quality thing. I should grind that down, basically. I'll just have a recycler if I find it. It's very stealthy. Very difficult to find. Okay, this will just be beacons. Just normal beacons, and probably always. And quite a lot of recycling going on. And I'll produce until there are 800 of them. Production will not be as fast as the recycling can go. Might remove some stuff here. Some old stuff that is not useful anymore. Actually, I should put everything on a belt and mix it or split it later. And this should just be a steel chest, so it doesn't get picked up by robots. This inserter is also working hard. Yeah, that's just a chest output, or train output rather. And now it's stacked. Don't need to order any of the productivity modules 2 anymore. They are old. Out of date, rather. Okay, I need to sort this out. I guess first I will have green and, yeah, just green quality sorted. And then I will have to set up a copyable thing. That is kind of weird. I guess I could remove that. Luckily the oil is still coming through. Probably there's enough oil-related production. I might have to split the heavy oil a bit more. Something is not working there. There should be heavy oil in this tank. There's so much lubricant being used for some reason. Might have to just speed this up. I know where to go. Probably I don't need that anymore. And these could be better machines. I still have more of the rare chemical plants. Might actually lower the number. That isn't even going anywhere anymore. Maybe there was a belt production here at some point, and then I took it away. Is it all going here? Possibly. For electric engines. I might speed this end up with beacons. Anyway, I was distracted by a number of things and now I should continue this. And I should research something with agricultural science again. I might also research health, although it's quite expensive already. But I guess it's nice not to die. What are the labs having? At the moment they have everything that they need, it seems. Okay, green circuit of any quality. I guess next would be red circuit of any quality. Then steel or cable. I'll take cable. And then the other thing should be steel. And now I could add that same thing or copy that same thing and basically split the blue. The only problem is that there might be a couple things. I'll have to deal with that. The other way. I hope there isn't already anything purple in there. There might even be normal quality things if the recycler output is basically full. I might say to this inserter that it should only put out things that are over normal quality. So now I should build the actual quality grinding. Maybe two or maybe just one for now. For uncommon beacons. Okay, yeah, the ratios are 2 to 1. So I need twice, or I get twice the amount of green and red compared to steel and cable. I guess it doesn't really matter what kind of inserters I take. And now I need to deal with the rest. I basically could have the same thing there. Just change the quality of the build. there, it will be the other way around, which is fine. I guess it doesn't really matter. Apparently there's much more red stuff than there's other stuff. Might have to set up a system to store some items, and now it gets complicated and I hate it. So, output priority left. I see a way to do this quite elegantly. I just don't know how it would look exactly. Maybe like this. Oops. Double oops. Oh no. Okay. Probably fixed. I want to store the red stuff, basically. And potentially also put it into not a passive provider chest, just a steel chest for now. This should be red of any kind. Wait. Make this any kind, so I could copy this over to somewhere else. Now I just need the power. The power to do this. Okay, and I could basically do the same thing here with the green stuff. I just need to set up the filter correctly. And now there's too much steel. There's always something, I guess. And maybe cables will eventually come through enough. Maybe I don't even have to use a splitter. This doesn't have to be here. I guess, I hope. I hope I didn't cut anything important. Okay, this needs to be steel. And then there will be one more for copper cable. Yeah, this needs to be a chest. Okay, and I already got some purple quality beacons. Possibly the blue quality might go somewhere, I guess, to me and to any kinds of builds that I might have built. Oh. Yeah, this just picks up what it's throwing in, but it's fine. If there's more coming through, then the inserter can't handle it anyway. I might have to change the order. And then it wouldn't really matter that much. Change the direction here. Then it doesn't work for nothing. Forever. At some point, some of these chests might be unbalanced. So how many beacons are there? Only 138. And I now have to do something about purple. I guess I'll just throw that into a chest for now. Eventually I might turn that into orange or legendary quality. Or is it gold? I have to investigate that. Might actually be gold, I don't know. Has a similar quality to that orange, but also a bit brighter maybe. I guess with that kind of buffering it might work out. It's just too complicated if I have to do it for every single item in the game, I guess. But I will have to see once I start that quality mall bus. This doesn't need to be here. This is a peaceful country now. Anyway, this beacon machine is still working. I might even have another one somewhere close by. Which will basically do the same thing. So this will ask for beacons of low quality. And this machine might actually also just put out beacons into this chest, and then I want a normal quality filter. So every beacon that's normal will immediately or quite soon be recycled. At least as soon as this recycler is empty. I know it's gone, I guess. It might also sometimes be transported to this requester chest, which would be kind of weird. Maybe sometimes the recycler is currently busy and therefore can't take the request. But I need to also send these ingredients over because at some point I don't have anything to recycle anymore. Okay, copper, cable and steel. Where is the copper cable? Is that not anywhere? Possibly it was here and then it isn't anymore. I might need to set up a different delivery system for that. How about I use the blue underground or steel to belt weave that through here. Now I can switch to green belts. There's quite a lot of spaghetti again. So where would I get copper cables? I don't think they grow here naturally. Maybe I'll just make some from copper plates. Shouldn't be too difficult. I might just do that thing somewhere. Okay. We have copper cables available. And I guess that helps a lot with making more beacons. The plastic belt could be removed. I guess there was a red circuit factory here at some point. This is why there are these plastic and green circuit remains. I guess these would also be stacked. Let's actually look at my beacon production over the last time. I guess there haven't been any beacons produced on this planet for 10 hours or 50 hours for, I don't know, 3.1 days. Oh, that's days now. Okay, good to know. But now the beacon production rate has increased. And also they have been consumed to make higher qualities, basically. I need to change the order of this. Good. I guess that's a solved problem now, hopefully. I'll throw the plastic into the low density structure factory. what did you do over there? The robot just did a job by itself. Some labs are still doing something, but there's probably not enough agricultural science packs around to justify researching that. And now all the labs can work again. Let me look at the beacon count. Just 4 epic ones. Biolab. I guess still not enough to justify changing there. It's nice to have my little pond here where I first got my water. I want to look at Spidertron production. This needs rocket turrets. So maybe I want to send normal rocket turrets to Novice. I'll just ask this ship to ask for rocket turrets from Gleba. Are they not on this planet? Okay, I'm not on Novice. I'm not on Gleba actually. Sorry. I guess I'll ask for 20. And then something else. Not sure if I want to ask for any rare quality rocket turrets. I don't really need them in my defense. Only if I ever wanted to build a ship for Aquilo, which I might soon have to do. Just want to look at these other ships. They are not overfilled right now, which sometimes was a problem. And at some point, possibly today, I want to fix Fulgora. It basically isn't doing anything since a while. It consumes rocket fuel, probably for trains. Might run out at some point. I don't know. I might also order... Do I have... I have uncommon rocket fuel. I should use that for trains. I think it would accelerate them. Let's use that. Probably up there as well. Let's not use up the normal rocket fuel, which is rather rare, one might say, because I'm quality grinding scrap, and then I need to sort through all that scrap eventually. I guess no mining did happen since forever, and I want to exchange the mining drills for big mining drills here as well. I wonder why that patch is so small. Not sure if it was always that small, or if it was just used more over the last days and hours. Funnily enough, we are on Fulgora right now, and the VLC player that plays my playlist has the Fulgora theme song, or one of them. This plan is fun, actually. I should maybe go here again and rebuild everything in a good way. I have quite a lot of scrap that needs to eventually be recycled. Rare scrap. There could be better productivity modules eventually. I want to look at Novice. Where are my productivity module production facilities? Yeah, this is working quite slowly, but still working, I guess. So, 199 rare, 49 epic. A lot of 9s in that. I don't know why exactly. Probably the speed can't really keep up. And this is fully chest based, no belts involved like I had with the beacons. I wonder whether and how I should change this. I wonder what my productivity module 2 production is like, and consumption. 37. I wonder if I could produce more of them. And where would that production take place? Is that just over there? I guess so. Maybe that doesn't need to be like this anymore. Also, I'm not sure. I'll just remove that. Might save the game. I might ask for rocket turrets. Well, I have to check whether I'm even producing normal ones here or whether I still have any of them. Not there. Rocket turret. There. Well, I'm just throwing the normal rocket turrets away. That's kind of sad. I shouldn't do that. One other option would be to transport carbon fiber to Norvis. I guess I have to think about that.